Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to talk about the tactic card system, how it works, and I'll show you an actual example of how much of a difference it can make in a battle. So the quickest way to bring up the tactic card interface is by clicking on your profile and clicking on your profession level, and you'll see the tactic card system listed. Now just keep in mind that this tactic card system will only be available from season 4 unless the developers change this, because sometimes they do introduce features earlier on in later servers, so just keep that in mind. So when you click on the tactic card system, you'll see this interface over here. So a couple of things going on. So at the very top, you'll see these random looking icons, and they each have different attributes. So these are called battle cards, as you can see it says there. So essentially this battle card, right, it has what you call a basic effect. So if I go to either one of those, you'll see they've all got this basic effect. Now the basic effect is essentially what attribute the card will give you. So in this case, you've got this card called the Wind Rusher. It's a rapid march. It will give you the basic effect of boosting your march speed. Now this percentage, depends on the level of the card you've got. So you can actually level up these cards as well. It starts from level 1. You can max them out to level 5. So I've maxed this one out to level 5, hence the reason why the percentage is so high. But you also get these random stats. So these random stats, it's totally random, but you can get them like when you actually use this card. But it's not guaranteed, it's just a random stat. So the most important thing is this basic effect, because that will always happen every single time. So you can notice that the color of these particular cards are purple. That's pretty much the highest rarity card for the battle card you can get. I have not seen a gold UR card yet for these battle cards, so that seems to be the highest rarity level. Moving down, you have got this gold card. Now this is called a core card. This will give you basic stats as well, or effects. In this case, it's giving me the base stats. So for player vs player attacking, Euro HP, Euro attack, and Euro defense is 1% currently. Now it can go up to 2% if I actually ascend or upgrade this card. But in order to actually upgrade the core cards, you simply need to have the same duplicate card in order to actually upgrade it. So just keep that in mind. Now these core cards don't come with random effects. Instead, they come with something called a passive effect. So this is an actual skill you can use. So in this example, during a player versus player battle on the world map, after each victory, squad morale is increased by 4% up to a maximum of 12%. So that's an actual passive effect that is built into this card. And obviously different core cards have different effects. So yeah. Now moving along towards the bottom, you have these cards called resource cards. So these are pretty much like the name just says, it's like a resource card. You can use it to, I guess, increase your resources and a few other things as well. So I'll show you this example here. I've got something called a treasure hunter resource card. So the guaranteed effect is if I defeat enough monsters, I can earn 4 rare card packs, and that's pretty much the guaranteed effect. Then of course you've got the random stats, which is a completely random thing, so it's not guaranteed. So pretty much the same as these battle cards. You notice these are purple as well, so these are the super rare rarity ones. But like I said, with the battle cards, I haven't really seen any gold resource cards either, so this seems to be the highest rarity for these cards. Now nothing you'll notice is this button called quick equip. So if you click on that, you can actually choose a tactic card category you want to equip. So there's a couple here. So you've got sustained combat, rapid march, defense support, and monster destruction. So say for example I go ahead and I want to maximize my destruction for monsters on the world map. I select this one. You'll see that it changes the interface to, I guess, try to match the best cards for the category. So now it's actually changed my core card to this Monster Slayer one, which is specifically used for when you're going up against monsters on the world map. So And there's a few ones like this one that also gives me a great advantage over, monsters on the world map. And then the resource cards change. This one is especially important because it does increase my profession XP from killing zombies. So that's pretty much how that works. Now, in order to get these cards, there's a few ways you can do it. So if you click on this little question mark icon at the bottom, you'll see all the different tactic cards, right? So you've got the tactic card pack rare, tactic card super rare, tactic card super rare, tactic card UR. Now, as far as I've seen, this UR pack will give you the core cards, but these ones will give you the battle and resource cards, because I have not ever seen a UR battle card or resource card yet. So unless I haven't found one, I haven't been able to come across one. So alright, so now in order to obtain this, you can do it by killing Blood Knight zombies. You can earn up to 5 of these per day. So that's why, if you're in Season 4 and you have this, make sure just to go ahead and, attack the 5 a day. But the thing is, it is random. So when you go attack a zombie on the world map, so, for example, if you go to the world map and go to like attack a zombie, right? It's not a guaranteed thing that you'll get the tactic cards on every single hit. It's a random thing. So it may take you like killing 10 zombies before you even get the maximum of the 5 cards. So just remember that as well, because that's quite important. So that's essentially how you obtain these. These ones, I don't believe you can obtain them from killing zombies. Neither this one and neither this one. Sorry, this one you can get from the Magatama shop. Okay, my bad. I almost forgot. So these 3 you can actually get from the Magatama shop. So that's the way you can get them. But these ones you can get from killing the zombies on the world map. So that's an important thing to take into consideration. You've also got these points as well. So points can be earned from opening card packs. So as you open them, your points increase. And then you'll see that you get these different sort of rewards based on your points. So if I can get up to 5,000, I can get this Season 4 card, a core card choice kit. So that means I can choose any of the available Season 4 Euro core cards, like I showed you before. So that's an important thing to also work on, so you can try and maximize the points there. Now, this little icon towards the bottom left-hand side, this one is your tactic card index. It tells you pretty much all the tactic cards that are available. So as you can see, these are all the core cards. I've got all of them except for this rapid training one and this morale boost one. So still waiting to get those ones. And as you can see, these are all the battle cards. So these are pretty much all the ones that, you can pretty much unlock. So they got a couple there. So there is some that I have not, unlocked yet. Some of them, so yeah. And then you've got the resource cards, the same thing. Pretty much, you can just unlock all of these over time. Hopefully that's the best case scenario. You also see these as well. This shows you how much you've collected, I guess, from each of them. So you can see for the core card, got 2 more I haven't collected. But if I do collect them, I can actually unlock these boxes or chests as well. So that's pretty cool. So if I got all 9, I can unlock all of those chests. For the battle card, I've got 20 out of 37. So yeah, still a few there. And then 16 out of 25 for these as well. Okay, so that's the tactic card index. Moving on to this one, this is your tactic card overview. This tells you what tactic cards you currently have. And it also does allow you to disassemble existing cards, which is very important. So remember how before I was saying you can level up these cards? Well, the way you can actually do that is by clicking this Enhance button. You need to use this little, I forget what it's called now. I'll think about it soon, but you have to use this little resource, and I'll try find one as an example. So that's right, the tactical fragments. So you have to use these tactical fragments. The way you get them is by breaking down existing cards. So if I go to click on this dismantle tactics card, I have the selection, so I can go from not rare to rare, not rare to super rare. So I can quick select this, confirm, I get 200 fragments from that. As with most things in this game, like, you know, when it comes to things like this, you always want to recycle or disassemble the super rare or not rare to super rare category, because you don't really need those. Same with this one, but I don't have any currently. Duplicates as well. This is an important thing, so you want to break down duplicates. So let me see if I can find if I got any duplicates currently. I've got these duplicates. So you'll notice how they're pretty much the same level, but one is in front of the other. Why is that? Well, if you click on this one, look at the total power of this one, 185,411, and this one, 184,372. So notice how this one has a higher power, so that's why it's ranked before. So you will notice that these cards are ranked based on the total power. So this one, 510,000 versus this one, 507,000. So that's the difference there. Okay, so with this duplicate, you want to click on dismantle because you won't need it. I'll get 500 tactical fragments from this one, so I click on confirm. That's how you build up your tactical fragments. You'll see your total listed in this top right corner, which is super important. Now, you might have noticed that these two slots or these three slots are currently locked. Reason for that is in order to unlock these slots, your profession level has to be at 100. Now, unfortunately, my profession level is at 98, so I just don't have the right level to be able to use those slots, which is a massive disadvantage, but I was kind of slow when it came to upgrading my profession level from season 3 and the ones before, but this season I already sort of put all my focus into trying to get to 100, and as you can see, the start of the season I started off at about like level 90 I think, and I'm at 98, so I made a lot of progress in a short amount of time because of the focus I had. So, but going back to these tactical cards, so you need profession level 100 to unlock these, and then once you do, you'll be able to have 4 total battle cards, 4 total resource cards, and 2 core cards. Now, when the season ends, what will happen is all your battle cards and resource cards will disappear. You will only have the core cards remaining during the off season. But apparently all of these battle cards and resource cards are going to be converted into profession XP. And you'll notice it does even state this towards the end. It says your combat/resource tactic cards, as well as tactical fragments and unopened tactic card packs will be recycled into profession XP at the end of the season, while core cards will not. So core cards are going to remain, everything else is going to be converted into the profession XP, which is kind of cool because it means to say that during the off season, say you're at 99 profession XP, maybe there's a chance once all of this has been converted to be able to, you know, go to level 100. So that's at least a nice thing about that. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you'd need to know for the tactic card systems and how it works. Now there is something else I want to show you, which is an actual example of how these tactic cards can actually make a difference. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted by this dig. Okay, so I will show you a battle report of something that I found very interesting. So, okay, so during the arm truck battles, right? So I went up against this player. Now she is running an air squad. I'm running my tank squad. So as you can see, my tank squad is sitting at 43.8 million. Her air squad is sitting at 41.3 million. And you can see that in this particular battle, I lost. Now, it was kind of close. If you look at the troop loss, we had almost... There's still a big difference, but almost kind of close in terms of the troop loss. But now, you'll notice that if I look at the sort of overview... So if we look at the exclusive weapons first, I'm just a little bit stronger, but not by much there. With the gear, also slightly stronger, but not by much either. Skill also slightly stronger. And if we go to the rest of the stats, you can see drone, I'm a little bit stronger. She's stronger in tech, stronger in decorations. In units, we're kind of even. She's stronger in Wall of Honor. My overlord is a bit stronger. Her tactic cards are way stronger, and I've got this other boost as well. So as you can see, drones, not too much of a difference there, but big difference with overlord. Quite a big difference in tech as well. And tactic cards, you see she's at profession level 100, so she's been able to unlock all the slots, whereas I can only have these slots, as you can see. Now, even though in quite a few things I was slightly stronger, I still lost the battle, mainly because of the fact that, when it's tank versus air, air has the advantage because of the counter. So she was countering my squad, obviously, and that is why, that's probably why I've lost this, right? But here's the interesting thing. So if I go back to this, right, I don't know if it will show the date on this. It does there. You can see the 29th of the 10th, 2025 at around 2:53 p.m., right? Now, if I have a look at this one, look at it. It's the exact same player. Look at the time. Look at the date first, 29th of the 10th, 2025 at 2:56 p.m., right? Look at the difference though. I won this round. Now you may be asking what changed. Well, first of all, my squad stayed the same. I still use tank. I still use the same euros. Nothing else changed. I still had the same exclusive weapons, the same gear placement. I had the same skill level. And if you look at my other things, drone level was the same, tech was the same, decoration, units, wall of honor, everything was the same. Except for one thing. What I did was I changed the tactic cards for these two in particular. This one, called the damage reversal, it increases damage when countered by 5.95%, and this one, called the damage reduction reversal, reduces damage taken when countered 10.2%. And because I had switched out those two cards, I was actually able to win this round. Now that's why tactic cards are so important to keep a track of and manage throughout the season, and probably even during the off season, because that's a massive, massive difference, right? Now I'll show you another example. There was this player as well, also an air squad, kind of similar power. First time I attacked, I lost. And this time by a lot more. If you compare it to the previous battle report, I've lost a lot more troops compared to what this player has lost compared to the other battle. So this one was a lot more of a harder battle, I guess. Now, once again, if we look at the overview, I've got much more power than he does, yet he still won. Even my lineup is stronger there. Exclusive weapons, we're kind of even. His gear is a lot more stronger than mine though. Skill level, I'm slightly ahead. Then if we check these comparisons, so drone, he's much ahead than me. Tech, I'm a bit ahead there. Decoration, I'm ahead. Units, I'm ahead. He's ahead in Wall of Honor. Overlord, I'm ahead. Tactic cards, he is ahead. And I've got this other boost as well. So even look at his drone, 161, mine 145. Big, big difference. Okay. Now the thing is, if I go to find my tactic cards again, there we go. So now I've got all his tactic cards unlocked, because he's also at profession level 100. I don't. Now take a note of my tactic cards, right? Now let's compare it to the second time I attacked. Now let's first quickly go back to check the date. So 31st of October 2025 at 2:31. 31st of October 2025, 2:35. So on the same day, literally minutes apart. Same story, did not change anything except for the tactic card. So if I scroll down, now take a look. Essentially, the main thing I changed was once again adding these two cards, specifically this one, right? These two reduction cards. I added those, and also I changed this one, but this one is not really applicable because this is only on the world map. It doesn't work in truck battles. So pretty much it was just by adding one of these reduction or counter reductions that I was able to actually win this battle. So pretty much this goes to show just how important it is to manage your tactic cards, especially throughout the season, and make sure you're using the right cards for different battles, right? You want to tailor this towards the battle. So It is extremely important. This tactic card system can make a big difference. As you can see, it can be the difference of winning or losing. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you do, really pay a lot of attention to tactic cards during the season, okay? But that was pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this video. So thanks for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.